All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Teofimo Lopez gets a big reward for a racist rant he goes on, and I can't believe it. People are rushing to get this guy paydays. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about boxing's bad behavior being rewarded, and in this case, it is Teofimo Lopez, who looks like he just hit the lottery because he disrespected a group of people, my people, so severely that it got boxers up in arms and willing to fight him. Before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really makes a huge difference to the channel, especially when I get donations in the super thanks, the little dollar sign beneath. It really makes a big difference, especially when those donations come from people that got some common sense and have a serious case of act right about themselves. So we know now, if you've not seen it, you've been living under a rock, that Teofimo Lopez got into an altercation with Terrence Crawford. A back and forth, if you will. One time, Teofimo Lopez came out and started calling black people monkeys. And Terrence Crawford met him before a fight, put his arm around him and said, hey, Teo's good. If he wasn't, I would have had to slap him or something. Then later on, you see some tape of Terrence Crawford getting in an argument with Teofimo Lopez's sister. At which point in time, Terrence Crawford tells Teofimo Lopez's sister that she needs to be careful or somebody's going to slap her. So then, of course, Teofimo Lopez responds with a training video in which he is punching a punching bag and calling it, saying, come here. And the word that he's saying is liquor, 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 right? But you know what that sounds like. It sounds like the N-word with a hard R. He said the N-word multiple times with the hard R, right? So what's going to happen to Teofimo Lopez now that Teofimo Lopez has spoken so badly about black people, right? Well, what does the WBA do? The WBA or the WBO doesn't do anything. The WBO says, oh, we heard the word liquor. No big, nothing here to see, nothing, no biggie here, no biggie at all. But of course, that's expected from the WBO. I wouldn't have expected anything different. They're not going to get in the middle of that. That type of garbage has been going on forever, right? But I am surprised, though, at the reaction of the fighters and the reaction of Turki Al-Sheikh, who was using this as a way to race bait interest into fights that otherwise would not have any interest. If you recall, just the weekend before last, Devin, Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia were all on the same card. It cost $90 to pay for the fight, and the whole fight was garbage. The whole card was garbage. It was widely called one of the worst fight cards anybody'd ever seen or anybody'd ever put on. So what's the reward for those terrible performances? More fights with the same people. But now we have a storyline. Who was the first person to try to come out and fight Teofimo Lopez off this? The first person was Keyshawn Davis. That didn't get a lot of traction. Then Devin Haney steps up and says, I'm sick of this turkey. I want to fight Teofimo Lopez next. let's look at the Devin Haney situation for a second. How well does that work out for Teofimo Lopez, and how well would that work out for Devin Haney? Two guys that just put on a big snoozer of an event who are going to want to fight in another snoozer of an event for $5 million a piece, or whatever it is that Devin Haney, whatever they say that these guys got, $5.5 million. I think Teofimo Lopez might have got $900,000 was the money that was listed out there for them. So Teofimo Lopez gets rewarded with that. But if Teofimo Lopez doesn't want that, you know, Turki Al-Sheikh has something bigger for him, which is actually a championship shot for the WBA at 147 and the IBF at 147 in a fight with Teofimo Lopez versus the unified champion Jaron Ennis. That's another one opportunity for Teofimo Lopez to be rewarded for this foolishness that he kicked off. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't believe at all that all this drama, it was real at all. I don't believe Teofimo Lopez has any more of a racist inclination than anybody else does. I just think that they're playing it up for the crowd and they're trying to use it as a way to create some type of conversation around these fighters that otherwise would not have any conversation around them, and a fight that would not have a lot of conversation around it. It's absolutely amazing how little traction that last fight got from Turki Al-Sheikh. And if you look and listen to what the general tone is about the fight with Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, it's about the same thing. It's not people are not chomping at the bit for that fight or any of those other fights over there. So, hey man, I guess you got to do what you got to do, including, you know, hey, playing up to the most cheap and knee-jerk reactions that you can possibly get from people. But I happen to know a lot of black people. And on my live stream, when this stuff originally happened, we talked about it, and very few people believed that stuff was anything other than a ploy to create attention for a future fight. And I'm telling you, I think it's absolutely sad. And it's the one kind of ploy that really bugs me. Like when people start, you know, claiming like that people have been ducking them for the last 50 years and they're only 26 years old. I can kind of go along with that and say, hey, you know, that's somebody just doing that for conversation's sake or trying to get their name out there, whatever. But this type of stuff, I mean, it really is just, it's over the top. It should not be allowed and definitely should not be rewarded. If it winds up that somebody says, yes, I'm going to make this fight with you so that, or Turki Al-Sheikh says, yes, I will make the Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez fight so that Devin can avenge all of the insulted black people. Man, I'm not trying to hear none of that garbage. Anyway, I just think it's interesting that this kid is going to make money up off of this. It's designed to do it, and they're going to go right down the route that he laid out, and I wouldn't doubt if all those guys laid out together. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.